I think you got the wrong impression about me back. Just cause they heard what hood I'm from, they think I'm crazy. Okay, well maybe just
Home Center here on the campus of Chowan University tonight, where we're situated for a doubleheader tonight. And both Chowan teams are coming off victories on Saturday. Step out of conference play tonight. The Chowan ladies getting ready to tangle with UNC Pembroke, and then later on with Cheney out of Pennsylvania. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another afternoon night of Chowan basketball. It's been a good season thus far for both these Chowan teams, and Chowan women coming in at 4-4 this afternoon, and 1-0 to face a UNC Pembroke team who leads this series, by the way, of 5-3 at 2-3. Matter of fact, the last time these two teams played came back in 2014 when they played right here at Chowan University. So the Hawks looking to get back on the winning side of things as far as this series is concerned. And John Haskins, in his 15th year on the bench here at UNC Pembroke, reigns in a pretty solid team, and one that's a veteran team as well if you look along his lineup. Let's give you your starting lineups. First for the visitors out of UNC Pembroke. Alicia Hardy, a 5'8" senior from out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, averaging 4 points a game, 5.4 boards. Starts at one guard spot. On the opposite guard spot, T. Gray on the 5'6" redshirt junior out of Miami, Florida, from St. Petersburg High School, 9.2 a game. She leads the team in steals and assists, and she tosses in 3.6 rebounds a game. Along the front line, Melanie Horn, a 5'8" sophomore, the leading scorer on this team out of Troy, North Carolina. She leads the team in three-pointers made at 17th, which is best in the Peach Belt Conference. Also averages 15.2 a game and 4.4 boards. Also along the front line, Shadaza Love, a 6-foot senior from out of Shelby, 4.6 a game, 3.2 boards. Also tied with the lead in blocks on the team with 3 and up front. Also, Avery Locklear, 5'7" senior, averaging 6 points a game out of Landis, North Carolina, tosses in 4 rebounds a game as well. Coach Gaskins in his 15th season starts tonight, 178 and 210. Chowan starting Jada Lee, Mariah Coker in the backcourt, Danielle Weldon, Jakira Bagley, and Olivia Gator across the front line. Tip is going to be going to the backcourt, and finally controlled by T. Graham, the outstanding guard here from UNC Pembroke, as the Braves will bring it front court, and they'll move it across over the corner to Horn. Horn will push it back out front. On the near side, here's a jumper deep left corner. No good. Rebounded by Bagley. Shot out of the hands that time of Alicia Hardy. Bagby on the rebound for the Hawks. She'll give it away to Coker. Mariah averaging 10.5 a game, coming off a season-high 23 points in that 85-76 win over Clapham here at home on Saturday. Here's Gaither. Long look at a three straight out front. She buries the three. Olivia came in shooting just 2 of 8 behind the arc. She ties what she had on the floor here on Saturday with a three out front. And it's Chowan with a 3-0 lead early. Chowan with a three-quarter courts press with Gaither and lead jumping defenders in, jumping the offensive players in the backcourt. They'll get it front court. Horn's going to be tied up by Gaither. And let's see, it's going to be long to, should be long to Chowan because it's in Pembroke. I thought that got the opening tip, but they said it's going to be Pembroke basketball. And Avery Locklear is going to inbounds here on the near side. She'll get it in the backcourt to T. Graham, the redshirt junior out of Miami, Florida. 3-0 lead. Chowan with a minute and 5 seconds into this one here from Bob Burke Court. Here's Horn pulling up just inside the arc on the right. She'll bury it. Melanie Horn, the 5'8 sophomore, who's coming off a 19-point performance in that win over Young Harris back over the weekend when they won 72-53. Chowan with a 3-2 lead. Here's Jada Lee getting the Gaither, who pops out behind the arc. There goes to Lee. Back on the near side to Bagby. Chowan will run a little weave out of the perimeter. They dump it to Weldon at the high post. Back to Gaither in the corner. Trying to get by the defender. Hardy cannot. Now gets it inside to Weldon. Off the glass and scores. Good playmaking that time by the Hawks. Danielle Weldon sticks it in the basket. Chowan's up in front by 3. Early in this one, not many folks in the house here at the Helm Center, as normally we don't see many people here early. Chowan with pressure in the backcourt, but UNC Pembroke's able to break it. Here's Locklear with a three-point off the right to tie it. No good. Rebounded by Jada Lee. Lee's a 4.1 rebounder per game. Lee on the right swing, banks it inside to Weldon, who wheels around the defender, Love, but can't get her to go. Love's there to grab it off the boards. And she'll try to get it to the far side to one of her teammates, T. Graham. She'll throw it out of bounds for the first turnover of the game. Joined here by Robert Burns, who was getting in a little work on the baseball diamond here a little while ago. And he came in a little bit late. Sometimes, my man, we just have work to do, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely happy to be here, though.
I was a little bit running behind myself. Matter of fact, unfortunately, and I apologize to our listeners, I didn't get a chance to get a few words with Coach Latoya Jones before this one. Here's Gaither right between the rings. Got to get it to Weldon at the high post. She wheels inside on Love again. Her left-handed layup is good. Looks like it's going to be a good matchup for Weldon down inside against the taller Love. She's got a little more quickness, Robert, and able to use that left hand.
Well, I might have missed a little bit of the first quarter, but I'll tell you what, very similar scene with Weldon having some nice moves inside.
You're going to see Pembroke almost loses. Here's Hardy to the rack. She'll lay it up and in. Good job correction. That is T. Graham on the layup underneath and on the baseline. Pulls UNC Pembroke within 3. It's 7-4. So we're almost 3 minutes into this first quarter here from Chowan. Gaither's got it up front. She'll get it back to Lee on the left wing. They dump it to Weldon again inside. She'll back in. Now goes back door to Bagby, and she lost it out of bounds. Nice pass across the lane that time from Weldon to Bagby, and she just bounced it off her leg and out of bounds. But Chowan's first turnover. The Hawks coming averaging 20.8 turnovers per game. Now substitution into the lineup here for UNC Pembroke is Aaliyah Farmer's in the lineup, a 5'8 junior from out of Salisbury, North Carolina. She averages 6.4 a game. Transfer from Morris Hill. Here's the ball inside to Farmer. She'll arch it up off the glass. A little strong, no good. They fight for the rebound. It's off Jakari Bagby's hand, so it'll belong to the Braves underneath her own bucket.
That's great defense by Weldon. Go ahead, Dan.
Hardy a little bit more maybe athletic than Love was down inside a few moments ago.
Absolutely.
Here's Locklear across the lane. Her running one-hander is a wild one, but recovered over the corner by Hardy, but she runs out of real estate, and it'll belong to Chowan as she stepped out of bounds with it. As Jordan Petaway is headed to the scorer's table, she'll be the first Chowan substitution at the next dead ball situation. 6:30 to go in the first period. Like I said, not many folks in the house. This is what I call one of those ultimate cafeteria games. Everybody's in the cafeteria in the first half of a girls' game. Here's Lee with a wide open look from 18 feet. She can't.
Nice shot. I'll tell you what, guys, they got the Christmas special dinner going on tonight, so that's why everybody's at the cafeteria.
Yeah, I should have met you over there. Man. Chowan's 4-5 here early from the field, and they lead it here 9-4 at home. Here's a running one-hander off on the near side. Is good by T. Graham. Graham's second field goal of this first quarter, and that'll pull the Braves within 3 at 9-6. Both of these teams coming off wins. Here's Bagby spinning inside. She charges into Locklear. Jakiri might have took one too many steps, and the freshman backs into Locklear, knocks it to the net. He'll pick up the personal. That's the first personal foul of this game, and it belongs to Jakiri Bagley. And Olivia Gaines is going to get out of the lineup. Jordan Pettaway, the senior from out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, will get in. Jordan averaging 8.3 a game, 3.5 more. She's a 44% shooter behind the arc on 11 of 25 shooting this season. Far side, it goes to Graham. She goes in back door. She can't convert on the bunny layup. And they fight for the rebound. Jordan Pettaway will beat Locklear to it. Get away to Weldon. Nice job, Pettaway, to save it. Get on the floor to the near side. Coker handed away to Lee. Lee down the lane, backs inside the Weldon. She'll turn and cannot score. Locklear there with a tough rebound right in front of Bragby and Weldon for UNCP. Dump down inside the Farmer. She's got the baseline look and cans the jump along the baseline. Aaliyah Farmer's first bucket off the bench, and UNC Pembroke's back within one, Robert.
Yeah, Pembroke's looking pretty tough.
Here's Weldon going inside, and she knocks Farmer to the deck and lays it off the glass.
But Weldon is looking a little bit tougher.
She's got 6 already as Danielle. She only had a 9 on Saturday. They went over Clamp. Here's a 3 for the tie, and it's good. Off the near side by Alicia Hardy. That's Hardy's 4th three-pointer made this season in 11 attempts, and we're tied at 11. And what has been a pretty fast-paced first period here between these two North Carolina teams.
Our neighbors down south, right down 95.
UNC Pembroke, a member of the Peach Belt. Chowan, a member of the CIAA. Coker for 3, won't go. Long rebound, chased down and grabbed away by Alicia Hardy. Hardy trying to go inside on Lee, and a nice crossover dribble. He enables her to get down for the layup, and she'll lay it up and in.
Yeah, that was a really nice move. Not much you can do about that.
It's a very athletic UNC Pembroke team.
I agree. What I've noticed is they're very tough. You know, they're getting a lot of rebounds, getting on the floor a lot.
They don't have tremendous size. I was watching down here warming up early, but their quickness is giving Chowan some troubles here. Here's Lee caught in the double team, gives it back to Coker inside to Weldon, where she's made a living here in the first period. She's tied up by Farmer underneath. And that'll get us to the media timeout. 6 minutes have expired here in this first quarter. UNC Pembroke leads Chowan early, 13-11, and this will back for more after this short timeout. Chowan basketball underneath their own basket out of the media timeout. Hawks trail here at home, 13-11 in our ladies game here tonight. Chowan women trying to get above 500. So they come in 4-4, but they trail here 13-11, UNC Pembroke. Here's Jordan Pettaway straight on 3 ball trying to beat the shot clock, and she cannot. So the basketball will go back to UNC Pembroke. Chowan is inserted Joanne Williams in the lineup for the first time. Also in the lineup, Destiny Robinson, the 5'10 freshman out of Hampton. So Coach Latoya Jones going to a bench early here. This is Horn on the near side. It goes to Hardy. Now off to Locklear. She tried to cut in the lane to make a move, and she traveled with it. That's the second turnover in this first period here for UNC Pembroke. It does a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. They have turned over the basketball just a shade under 16 times per game. So here's Lee dumping down inside to Joanne Williams, who's replaced Weldon down the low block. She had it poked away from her. And Chowan's going to hustle and get it. Well, I thought they were. But there to claim it on the far end is going to be Alicia Hardy. There's that quickness again that's bothering Chowan here early.
Yeah, speed kills.
So it's T. Graham working out front, the point guard, 5'6" junior. Who leads his team in assists. She'll hand it away to Hardy. Her jumper from 18 feet bounces around and falls in.
Got the hometown roll in our gym.
Yeah, Hardy already with 7 points. Her season high is 9. And that's against Young Hardy on Saturday. Jada Lee getting inside and laying it up in. Both teams shooting really well here early. UNC Pembroke 7 of 12, Chowan of 6 of 9. So both of these teams finding the bottom of the bucket here early. Here's Horn, back out front to Farmer. Back to Horn. Horn will arch up a 3 from out on the right. Is good. Melanie Horn, the leading scorer at 15.2 a game, just made her leading 18th three-point shot of the season. And UNC Pembroke's got their biggest lead at 18-13. Lee with a jumper from the free throw line. No good. Horn with the rebound. She'll double it off to Hardy. 2:17 to go in the period. UNC Pembroke trying to add to an 18-13 lead. UNC Pembroke's losses have been to Barton and Lenore Ryan, and here's Graham getting along the low block. She scores. Boy, the guards for UNC Pembroke are giving Chowan a fit here, especially on the offensive end. 20-13 UNCP, who leads this series at 5-3. Here's Petaway trying to go inside. We got a foul on a reach in here by T. Graham. Petaway might have got lucky on that foul call because she looked like she was backing in and lost her balance and traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, kind of hard to see from up here, but they were definitely tied up.
Graham with the first timeout. Chowan's going to take a 30-second timeout with the first foul, I should say. It's a 30-second timeout. This is the only game being contested in the CIAA along the women's side of things tonight. Matter of fact, a slow night in the CIAA. There's only one other men's game going on tonight. That's Catawba and Elizabeth City State. A couple of scores from last night. The Clapham ladies used a last-second bucket to beat Elizabeth City State last night, 47-45. And on the men's side, Elizabeth City State beat Clapham by 10 last night. So that was kind of an interesting score as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will see, I promise you, a different Elizabeth City State team when we head down to Elizabeth City State coming up in January.
Do they have their guy back? Their leading scorer?
I'm not sure if he played. Didn't check their box score last night, but I don't remember seeing his name in there. I was kind of following on the live stats, but don't remember seeing his name.
I remember how you were talking about sometimes teams mesh together after a player gets hurt. I'm going to assume that's what happened for Elizabeth City State.
Yeah, here's Petaway at line. Free throw is no good. Jordan this year is just 3 of 11 starting today for 27% from the stripe. And her second free throw rolls around and falls in. Chowan's first point in a while as they pull within 6 with $1:50 to go in the first period. First of 2 tonight here at Chowan. Chowan men on the deck in the night. Campbell play Cheney out of Pennsylvania. Only the second time these two schools have ever met. The other time was back in 2008. Locklear, one dribble, dumps it inside the Farmer. She'll arch it up over Weldon and got it. Man, UNC Pembroke is shooting the lights out of it here. They come in averaging 38% from the field on the season. That's 66.7% here in the first period. Here's Weldon inside, tied it up, forced it up, and her strength just allowed her to get it in off the back of the iron, and good. Weldon's kind of keeping Chowan in it with her 8 first period points. 70 seconds counting to go in the first half. Chowan down 22-15. Penetration coming from Shania Lester off the loop. Locklear, her jumper won't go. Rebounded by Weldon. She got right in front of Farmer with the rebound. There's Coker pushing it front court over to Petaway on the left wing. Petaway dumps it to Weldon down the low block against Locklear, and she backed into Locklear, knocks to the deck. Foul's going to be on Danielle Weldon. Weldon got away with it 2 or 3 possessions ago, but not that time.
Yeah, I don't know. She might be taking some of those Gus Rowland classes. I didn't know if he did satellite campus to go down to UNC Pembroke and teach him or what.
And so Avery Locklear, a young lady from out of Landis, North Carolina, she prepped at South Rowan High School. Does a good job defensively drawing the charge on Weldon down inside. Second team foul for Chowan in the periods. We hit to the inside a minute to go in this one at 41 seconds. And we got a foul underneath. This is another one on Weldon. So Cook back fouls here on Danielle Weldon, who, by the way, has fouled out twice this season. The Chowan needs her scoring in the lineup as she just picked up 2 fouls within about 20 seconds of each other.
Yeah, that last one was a really tough foul, away from the ball, too.
And she's trying to explain the situation to Coach Latoya Jones, who's just taking her out of the game here. Here's a pass way out front to Aaliyah Farmer. As they give it to Locklear, who worked through the defense, and then hand it away to Jillian Ebron, who's just come in the game. Ebron back out to Brianna Baham, and here's a entry inside. I think Kayla Henderson is going to be whistling for the personal. So Henderson trying to cut off Baham, and it's going to be a non-shooting foul. So UNC Pembroke will inbound their neutral own basket. Shot clock has gone dark now with 21.2 seconds to go in the period. So you think UNC Pembroke will hold for the final shot, held here by 6 here at Chowan. Boy, have they been outstanding here in this first period. 10 of 16 for 62.5%, but Chowan 7 of 11 for 63.6.
Yeah, neither team shooting bad.
Chowan's got 6 turnovers, and that's the difference. Inside, another basket here by Farmer. That's good playmaking. The first quarter will come to a close. It's all UNC Pembroke here at Chowan. They lead our Hawks by 8 after the first 10 minutes. Back for the start of the second quarter. After this short timeout, you listen to Chowan Basketball and go to CUHawks.com.
Spent 24 hours, I need more hours with you. You spent the weekend getting even. Ooh. We spent the late nights making things right between us. But now it's all good, babe. Roll that backward, babe, and let me close. Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you. I spent last night on the last flight to you. We took a whole day up, trying to get way up. Ooh.
Set to go here in the second quarter. Chowan ladies trail here at home to UNC Pembroke 24-16. It is the 9th meeting by these two teams. But the first time they played since 2014, UNC Pembroke leads this series at 5-3. Back out front, here's Baham. She'll kick it on the far side to Lester. Lester trying to cut it in the lane. Back in the corner to Baham. She'll take one dribble and dump it down inside to Farmer. She's caught in the double team. Nice job by Henderson and Gaylor. And on the far side, Baham will launch up the 3-ball, and he got it.
They're just on fire.
They really are. Brianna Baham with her first bucket, the transfer from Brunswick Community College.
Got a lot of transfers on that team.
And it's an 11-point lead. Here's Bagby trying to penetrate for Chowan. She lost the basketball, went to the floor, recovered by UNC Pembroke. Bagby's going to foul, trying to get out of there with it. So Chowan with another turnover, the 7th here in the first half. I tell you what, when I say they, UNC Pembroke is showing a lot of patience here early, especially in their offensive sense.
Yeah.
And it's giving Chowan a tough time right now. Chowan's going to insert Shakira Bagby, or take her out of the lineup after her second foul. Also in the lineup is going to be Joanne Williams.
Pembroke taking a lot of shots late in the shot clock.
Henderson and Coker work out front, while Joanne Williams, Jada Lee, and Olivia Gator work down inside for the Hawks, who trail here 27-16 at home in the first minute of the second quarter. Here's Farmer, who's been good off the bench. Her jumper right at the elbow is no good. Joanne Williams with her first rebound of the afternoon. Off the lead. Lee streaking front court with it. Crosses over, hands it away to Coker. Moreno has not scored here in this first half. Here's Lee from 15 feet. No good. Rebound comes off on the near side to Ebron, the 5'9" junior from Greenville for UNC Pembroke. As the Braves push it up front. Baham had a notion, didn't take it, but she'll give it away on the far side to Hardy, who nails it from right on the right side. Hardy's got 9 and is 30-16. Chowan's biggest deficit probably about all year against Division II opponents.
Yeah.
Here's Coker with a long three, and it's good. Chowan needs to get Mariah going. She's coming off a 23-point effort back on Saturday.
Not used to seeing the Hawks down by double digits.
Boy, they just can't find a way to put a lid on this basket for UNC Pembroke. See if Chowan can clamp down. They're playing a 2-3 zone now. See if this will slow UNC Pembroke down. Bayham, a nice move, pulls up from 18 feet just inside the arc, no good. Rebounded, put back up, but blocked away from Ebron by Jada Lee, and Lee's going to charge going back the other way. Lee looked like she was making a move, and official said no. She banged into the defender. And Coach Latoya Jones has kind of indicated to the official she was backing up on her heels. Nonetheless, in the book, the foul goes to Jada Lee, and Chowan's going to surrender basketball and give it back to the Braves with 7:40 to go in the half. Out in front, 30-19. There's a pull-up jumper for the wide-open Lester. She can't convert, but got her own rebound and lost it out of bounds off the hands of Joanne Williams. So it'll belong to the Braves underneath her own bucket.
A lot of charge calls in the last two women's games.
UNC Pembroke has 13 days off after today. Whew. And here's the near steal, and Will steals. Gaither tipped it away to Kayla Henderson on the near side. Chowan's now forced 3 turnovers in the first half. Here's Gaither in the right corner. Takes one dribble, hands it away to Lee. He almost lost it, but recovers right in front of the UNCP bench. Lee trying to get away from traffic, dumps it over to Williams. Williams trying to maneuver inside. She'll force it up, and it won't go. As Williams took a fall, but Chowan's got the rebound. Henderson will launch up to 3, and it's no good. They fight for the rebound and recovered by UNC Pembroke, but Henderson's there to claim it back for Chowan. Off to Coker. Chowan looks a little helter-skelter right now offensively. Here's Gaither trying to slow things down on the right wing. She'll step back and arch up to 3 and got it. Both of her buckets have been in Trey land today. She's got 6. And that pulls Chowan within 8. They've been down by as many as 14 and a half. Stole away Joanne Williams inside. Chowan's starting to force a few turnovers. Now can they take advantage? Coker off to Henderson. Henderson to Lee. Lee will hand it away to Coker. Mariah working against pressure on Bayham out front. She'll give it to Henderson. In the corner to Gaither. Another 3 for Levy. No good. Good block out underneath that time by Alicia Hardy on Jada Lee for the rebound.
One thing that I'm seeing from the Hawks that I really like is how they're starting to share the ball a lot more.
Bayham working out front as Locklear is going to the scores table along with a couple other UNC Pembroke players, and Coach John Haskins wants a timeout to give his players a chance to get in the ball game here, and it will be a 30-second timeout. UNC Pembroke today clad in black and dark gold, showing in home whites trimmed in royal blue. I was speaking about UNC Pembroke having 13 days off after today, Robert. Obviously, they got a little exam work coming up, but they won't play again until Monday, December 17th when they go to Columbus State down in Georgia.
You better believe they're going to have some tough practices within that 13-day span.
Absolutely. Chowan's off for 9 days themselves. They will not play again until December 13th when they play Fayetteville State here at home in CIAA action. So Chowan ladies will get a few days break. Of course, exams start this week, I think, for Chowan students.
Right.
Maybe Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
all right,
and a Monday.
I got you. Did it make you stay over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Get that extra 4 days out of you.
Yeah. And Chowan's got some basketball work to do. We have a men's game here on a week from tonight, as the Chowan men will play here at home against St. Augustine's. And then we'll have a doubleheader with Fayetteville State on December 13th. Then the Chowan ladies will be here on Saturday the 15th in a 2 o'clock matchup. And then Monday at 5:30 against St. Aug. So some different games coming up here. Some of the single games coming up. So some of the Chowan teams, even though they're going to take about a week break, will be back in action next week.
Really kind of a unique challenge for basketball where you have that exam and the Christmas break type thing where you have to have a little bit of time off, but it's still the season.
Here's Love getting knocked away by Joanne Williams inside. Joanne trying to recover, and it's off of Love's hands, out of bounds. It belongs to Chowan on the 5th turnover now for UNC Pembroke.
Kind of reminds me of when football has to take all that time off before the bowl games.
And what people don't understand is about budgets in basketball. And I'll tell you a little more about the story where I'm headed here after this series. Here's Henderson, dumps it off to Petaway. Off to Koga, she's got a wide open look at the three straight on, and Mariah buries it. 6 now for Mariah. And he's 30-25. Chowan's whittled it back to 5. They were down by 14 just a couple of minutes ago. Chowan's forcing some turnovers. Robin just makes a difference.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, when Coker gets hot, that's a really good sign for the Hawks.
Here's a penetration move, knocked away, stolen away by Coker, away from Jillian Ebron. Chowan with another chance to cut into the deficit. Here's Gaither. Gaither penetrating, kicks it inside against Love, scooped it up, got it. Gaither with the little, and her arm looked like it was about 6 foot long. She reached up under Love and just scooped it up and scored. Yeah. My goodness, that's a play by Gaither.
Could not have foreseen that one going in.
And she does. If you look at it, she has tremendous long arms. And she's able to gets her hands on a lot of balls. Here's Bayham trying to break the silence here for UNC Pembroke. Her three-pointer goes in and out, recovered by Petaway for the Hawks, who can tie with a tray. Here's Coker right out front, hands it away to Gaither. Gaither had a notion, didn't take it, and she's cut off quickly by Ebron. Back out front, it comes to Petaway. The Coker right between the rings. 4:34 and counting to go in the first half. Petaway a run in the lane. It's well off the mark, rebounded by Avery Locklear for UNC Pembroke to get it front court to Bayham, who cuts in the lane, pulls up the dribble. In the corner, 3 ball, it's on its way for Graham. Won't go, rebounded by Petaway, well out beyond the arc. It's been a pretty fast-paced first half. Not many fouls called in this one, but still got a ways to go in the first half with just a shade over 4 minutes to go in the half. Here's Gaither, who has 8, shooting for 10, and she can't convert. Long rebound comes off to Graham, or Ebron on the far side. She'll turn and push it away to Graham. Redshirt junior will walk across the center court here, Bob Burke court, right through the big Hawk painted on the floor.
Saw Joanne Williams, asking to come out, kind of wondering what's wrong with her. She looks like she's in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, she looks a little winded. And here's Bayham out front with 6 to shoot. Bayham working against Williams, turns in the lane, tried to go far side, threw it away.
Williams might
turnover now, we'll give it back to Chowan. And here's Destiny Robinson, Jada Lee back for Chowan. And into the lineup for UNC Pembroke, it's going to be Melanie Horn and Aisha Love.
Williams might have been winded, but she was playing some tough D.
So it's going to be Henderson and Coker on the front court. Robinson, Lee, and Petaway along the front line. Here's Kayla trying to spin inside of the defense, dumps it over to Petaway. 3-pointers on its way, and it's no good. Chased down right in front of the bench by T. Graham. Graham trying to go coast to coast. Coker knocked it out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Braves underneath their own bucket with 3:12 to go. I was talking a little bit a moment ago about teams taking breaks. When the cafeteria is closed here on campus and student athletes have to stay here, them meals are paid out of the budgets for those different sports, and that makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. Especially a school like Chowan, we can't be spending unnecessary money.
Yeah, that's true. And the all Division II teams kind of fall in that same boat.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Locklear trying to penetrate on the right. And thrown away down inside, stolen away by Robinson. And say we're trying to get it to Love along the baseline. Chowan with their 3rd consecutive opportunity to try to tie it with a tray here. They trail 30-27. Coker with a long 3, and it's off the back of the iron. Love goes high for the rebound, kicks it off to Graham. Here comes UNC Pembroke on the run. Graham going to go coast to coast. Her layup is a little strong, no good. Long rebounds chased down by Shadeja Love. Pull-up jumper by Horn, no good from the free throw line. Love's there to claim it, or Lee's there to claim it for Chowan. Man, this is a fast-paced first half.
Oh, yeah.
Been kind of enjoyable to watch, to be honest. I love fast-paced basketball. Here's Robinson with a nice move on Love. Lost the basketball, however. Lee's there to claim it. Off the glass, no good, but she got fouled on the play. Jada Lee, right person, right spot. The person is going to be whistled on Locklear, just her second. Or first, just a team second here for UNC Pembroke. So Lee is at the line where she's a 77% free throw shooter. Jada's got 4 points on the day.
Little update on Joanne Williams. Looks like she's good out there, having to hit the impaler a few times.
Yeah. I think I've noticed her here this last year. I think she kind of deals with maybe asthma problems.
Yes.
Show time is limited here on the court, and you can tell when she gets pretty winded.
Absolutely. She really fought through it, too.
Yeah, so Lee makes both free throws, and the Hawks within a point.
usually when someone asks to come out like that, you know it's something other than just being tired. Because at this level, everyone wants to stay in as long as possible.
Nearly 2 minutes to go in the half. Matter of fact, it is exactly 2 minutes to go now. Here's Horn out on the right wing. Dumps it back out front to Graham. Near side to Locklear. She'll fake up Henderson and take a step and travel with it. So the turnover starting them out here on the Braves. And Chowan's been able to get themselves back into the ball game because of it. And Hardy, who has shot right side in the first half, is back in the lineup here for UNC Pembroke, replacing Locklear. Coker walking across the timeline, pushes near side to Henderson. He works right in front of the UNC Pembroke bench. To Lee at the high post. She'll bounce it inside to Robinson. She'll turn up, draw the foul as she turned inside against Shadeja Love. So Shadeja Love picks up foul number 1, second team foul for the Braves here in this second period. And here is Destiny Robinson to the line. Robinson 7 of 9 this season for 78%. She can tie it and give Chowan the lead. She just tied it.
First time we've had some company with us up here high above the Helm Center.
Yeah, UNC Pembroke broadcast crew with us here today. And Robinson's second free throw is no good. So we remain tied at 30 as UNC Pembroke will move into front court with about 39 to go to try to break it off. Boy, UNC Pembroke's been hung on 30 for a pretty good while. Matter of fact, that last field goal came at the 8:30 mark. Here's a jumper from right on the right, no good. Rebounded by Petaway. So after shooting it so well in the first period, Pembroke's gone cold here in the second period. They're down to 44% shooting. Robinson in the double team, kicks it out to Henderson. Petaway penetrates, had a shot blocked, but Love got a piece of the arm of Petaway. And Shadeja Love's picked up 2 quick fouls, and that'll stop the clock with 1:12 to go in the half. So here's Petaway with 2 opportunities here from the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 today. And the UNC Pembroke team was 11 of 17 from the field in the first period. Robert did 2 of 12 in the second period.
Yeah, just don't talk it into them now.
As Petaway now is giving Chowan the lead at 31-30. And makes both. So Petaway knocks down 2 free throws, and Chowan continues to make a nice run here. They've won a 16-0 run of the Hawks. They were down 30-16 with 8:30 to go in the half. Over the corners. You get the basketball near side to Hardy, and Jada Lee is going to foul him. It's going to sit at Cam before the foul. It's going to be a walk here on Hardy. One thing, the undoing of this UNC Pembroke team has been their 8 turnovers here in this quarter.
Yeah, usually take care of the basketball, having a little bit of trouble in the second quarter.
Hawks up 32-30, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Lee hands it away to Petaway. She'll bounce it to Henderson. Henderson goes inside off the glass, and a nice move by Henderson. And it's up and in by Kayla.
Same move as Gaither, but on the opposite side of the basket.
Latoya Jones trying to extort her defense on that here in the near end. Once again, not many people in the house here because of cafeteria time. Of course, people preparing for exams, I'm sure, as well, which start here on, I believe you said Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Locklear, far side. Here's a jumper from Horn in the corner. And he breaks the string with a 3, deep in the right corner. Here's Chowan Henderson from the half court as the time will expire. Hawks trail by as many as 16. They led by as many as 4 to go to the locker room with a 34-33 lead at the break. We'll take a break, come back, give you the team number, individual numbers, and more here at halftime with Chowan and leads the UNC Pembroke women by a count of 34-33. And you're listening to it on GoCUHawks.com.
I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleeds. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder.
Back here at halftime at the Helm Center, where Chowan leads UNC Pembroke ladies 34-33, and it was a tale of two quarters here for Chowan, especially maybe more for UNC Pembroke. UNC Pembroke started out this first period shooting lights out of 11 of 17 in the first period for 64.7%, but went nearly 8 minutes or over 8 minutes without a basket in the second quarter, shooting 3 of 13. Melanie Horn's three-pointer, and just inside of 5 seconds to go, broke the ice for UNC Pembroke. And in the meantime, Chowan's able to whittle down a 14-point deficit and get back in this ballgame, and they lead at 34-33 here at the half. The Hawks shoot 12 of 25 in the first half for 48%. They shot well in the first period as well, 7 of 11 for 63.6%. Also on the rebounds, not many to grab tonight, but UNC Pembroke leads the Hawks on the boards, which is a rarity for Chowan's team, who rebounds it exceptionally well. UNC Pembroke 17-13 edge on the boards here in this first half, including 5 offensive boards. Turnover-wise, Chowan forced 10 turnovers and turned it over 8 times himself. Not a lot of free throws here in the first half. Matter of fact, UNC Pembroke did not shoot a free throw. Chowan was 6 of 8. That's your numbers from the first half. Chowan, by the way, had 13 points off those 10 turnovers, and a lot of the points coming in the paint here tonight, with 12 of their 34 in the first half coming from the paint. Chowan with a 1-point lead here, the break over UNC Pembroke. We'll come back and run down the individual numbers from this first half between these two teams. From Eastern North Carolina, one from Southeastern North Carolina, the other one from Northeastern North Carolina. And the kids from Northeastern North Carolina, our Chowan Hawks lead it 34-33.
You better than that. What you sipping on that got you talking crazy? Looking at me sideways, always coming at me. Why you acting like you never met a lady? I don't disrespect you,
can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my heart? I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved. She said, "Boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?" She said, "Save your apologies, baby. I just gotta know, how long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me. Are you calling me baby? How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately, baby." I'll admit, it's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once. I tried, but you'll never see that. You're the only one I wanna love. Oh yeah. She said, "Boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?" She said, "Save your apology."
34-33 our score here at the half. Chowan ladies lead UNC Pembroke. Let's take a look at the individual scoring from the first half. UNC Pembroke led in that first half by Alicia Hardy. She had 10 points. 8 for Melanie Horn, 6 each for Aaliyah Farmer and also T. Graham. 3 points for Brianna Bayham. Playing in the first half but failing to score, Shadasia Love, Inisha Love, Avery Locklear, Shania Lester, and Jillian Ebron for Coach John Haskins. For Chowan, the leaders in the first half, Olivia Gaither and Danielle Wetland with 8 each. Danielle spent a good portion of that second quarter on the bench with 2 fouls. 6 each for Jada Lee and Mariah Coker, and 3 for Jordan Petaway, 2 for Kayla Henderson, and Destiny Robinson had a point as well. Joanne Williams, along with Jakari Bagby, played but did not score in that first half. Chowan was able to do it with some good work in the second period. We'll see what they can do here in the second half. We'll take another timeout and come back and get you ready for the second half. This is the only game being contested tonight in this CIAA, or including the CIAA team. And the Hawks here lead it 34-33.
I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Hey, switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying recipes to Bon Scott. Hey, close that door, we blowing smoke, she asked me light a fire like I'm on sun. Hey, act a fool on stage, probably leave my show in a cop car. Hey, it was legendary through a TV out the window of the montage. On the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn. Dude, your girlfriend is a groupie, she just tryna get in. Saying I'm with the band. Ay, now she acting out of pocket, tryna grab up on my pants. On it, in my trailer, said they ain't got a man. And they all brought a friend. Yeah, ay. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When me call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
I've been in the hills, superstars, feeling like a pop star. Drinking Henny bad, jumping in the pool and I ain't got on no bra. Hit her front or back, pulling on the tracks and now she screaming out no more. They like Savage, why you got a 12-car garage and you only got 6 cars? I I ain't with the cake and how you kiss that. Your wifey say I'm looking like a whole snap. Green honey's in my safe, I got old racks. LA always asking where the get. Living like a rock star, smash out on a cop car, sweeter than a Pop-Tart. You know you are not hard, I done made the hot chart. Remember I used to chop hard, living like a rock star, I'm living like a rock star.
I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When we call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
Back here at Chowan as both teams are on the court warming up for the second half. Chowan ladies have come over to the bench to have a few words with Coach Latoya Jones and Robert. We saw Chowan made a nice turnaround in the second half, and they picked up their defense a little bit, and UNC Pembroke paid for it. Chowan kept them off the board for over 8 minutes, but forced a lot of turnovers. But what was really good about it was Chowan able to capitalize on those turnovers on the far end.
Yeah, Dennis, I'll tell you what. I credit a lot of that to Coach Jones. She kind of started running a different offensive scheme. Chowan started sharing the ball a lot more, and they went into that 2-3 zone on defense. Really liked that and really thought it made a difference.
Like I said, Chowan's got a few days off before they're playing again. Chowan ladies will not play again until December 13th, when they'll be right here at Bob Burke Court as they entertain Fayetteville State in a CIAA doubleheader that night. Chowan men will play immediately after that. And we talked about UNC Pembroke having a nice break. Of course, they're preparing for exams like a lot of other schools here in the eastern part of the country and really all over the country, preparing for exams here. And of course, Chowan starts them here on Thursday, but they're going to have 13 days off before they play again. They'll play again on Monday, December 17th. And you talked about some tough practice. Coach John Haskins probably not going to practice during those exam days.
Right.
And probably has built in some time before he gets his team back to playing here after the exams, which that way you can really concentrate on basketball. That's all it's about. Your exams behind you, then you can concentrate on basketball.
Yeah, you got to pass classes to be eligible. So really, you do have to take care of academics first at some point.
Here's Mariah Coker on a blocking foul here on the far end, trying to set the pick here for Kayla Henderson. She gets caught with the moving pick.
Which we talked briefly about how a lot of student athletes like to be athlete students. I'm guilty of it too, but got to take care of that academic work.
Here's UNC Pembroke with their first possession. Locklear will hand it back to Hardy. Had a big first half, trying to go to Graham. She lost it. They fight for it in the corner, and finally recovered by Graham as she was battling Gaither for the basketball. Locklear is jumping right on right, no good. Shakira Bagby hustles over in the right corner to pick it up for the Hawks. She'll push it away to Lee. Lee coming up the left side and dumps it inside to Weldon. Weldon working on Locklear. Pulls it up, forces it up, wouldn't go. And fight for the rebound. Lee's got it, sticks it in. Jada Lee will stick it in for the putback, and Chowan's increases their lead now to 36-33 as we're inside of 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. Just underway in the second half. People starting to file in now in the Helm Center. It's kind of getting past the dinner hour here on the campus, so we're going to start to see some people come in. Here's Coker with a steal. Coker back the other way with it, but cut off nicely by Graham, who had an errant pass on the right wing stolen away. Coker will set up the Chowan offense and hand it right in front of Lee, who stands right in front of the Chowan bench, where Coach Latoya Jones is at the end of the bench with her hands on her hips. And Weldon's got the pass right at the high post, and she's fouled from behind by Aaliyah Farmer. Farmer's first team foul for UNCP here in the second half. Weldon had a notion, didn't take it. She's just inside the arc with Bagby. Look at her first field goal today. She's got it. She's fouled by Locklear.
Bagley with a nice little spin move.
Yeah, she knew she had the advantage on Locklear. The freshman spun inside and scored and drew the foul. So Locklear just picked up her second foul. And that'll get Jakira Bagby to the line. And Jakira missed a free throw. She was 78% prior to that. And we got a whistle on the rebound. Who is this going to be? It's going to be on Weldon. It's going to be her third. So Danielle getting in foul trouble again. But to be honest, Chowan played pretty well after she went out of the lineup here in this second period.
Yeah, definitely have some really good role players right behind her that are very good players.
38-33, Chowan with the leads. They work on the defensive end against UNC Pembroke. Cheney men and the Chowan men to follow this one. Here's a nice move by Farmer inside the left-handed layup. It's good by the young lady out of Salisbury, North Carolina. And long pass and thrown away by Chowan. Recovered by Hardy inside for Pembroke for the turnover. Graham's got it out now between the rings. Chowan working a 2-3 zone with Coker and Lee chasing that front. And Latoya Jones going to come near half court to shout instructions out to her defense. So get it back out to Graham. She'll run the two-hand pass over to Hardy. She'll launch up a long three. No good. Tipped outside. Coker's got it right about the free throw line. Coker has it punched away from behind her for the turnover. Stolen away by Horn. Horn back to Graham. Coker hustles off back to the cutoff Graham. Yeah, Graham to Hardy. Hardy far side to Horn. She'll launch up a three, and this was no good. Rebounded by Coker. The team really liked the lamp here early in the second half. Here's Lee with a nice move on Horn. Run along the baseline's good. Looked like Jada was behind the basket. Robert from my vantage point.
Yeah, Lee shot that one. Looked like it was a game of horse.
40-35, Chowan with the lead here.
Might need to take on Coach Vincent in the game.
Yeah. She's going to need a little more of that, I'm sure, when Brett gets to shooting it. That's a nice move by Lee. Here's Graham with a long three, and she got it. Oh, my goodness.
Right back at you, huh?
Yeah, right from downtown Murfreesboro for Graham. She's got 9 for UNC Pembroke. She cuts the deficit for the Braves to 2. Both of these teams have a common opponent in Lees McRae. And both lost to Lees McRae by similar scores. Here's a steal inside. Bagby's pass intended for Lee is stolen away by Farmer. Here's a jumper from Graham for the lead on the right. It's no good, but Bambi can't hold the rebound underneath. And here's Chowan coming in with Robinson, Petaway, and Henderson. And they will probably have a media timeout here as Chowan's asked for the 30-second timeout. We'll change that to a media timeout. So 6:18 to go in the third period. Chowan holding a slim 40-18 lead.
Dirty looks from your mother. Never seen you in a dress that color. No, it's a special occasion. Not invited, but I'm glad I made it. Oh, let me apologize. I'll make up for all those times. Your love, I don't wanna lose. I'm begging, I'm begging you. Wait, can you turn around? Can you turn around? Just wait. Can we work this out? Can we work this out? Just wait. Can you come here, please? 'Cause I wanna be with you. Wait, can you turn around? Can you turn around? Just wait. Can we work this out? Can we work this out? Just wait. Can you come here, please? 'Cause I wanna be with you. Can we talk for a moment?
UNC Pembroke set the inbound and make their own bucket. They trail here at Chowan. The Chowan ladies 40-38 with 6:17 to go in the third period. Tell you what, this Chowan women's basketball team has a very difficult schedule. And they got another tough one this afternoon with UNC Pembroke. Here's a bounce pass inside to Farmer. She'll arch it up over the right stretch hands of Robinson. No good. Locklear there for the follow. It's no good. Locklear's got it back on the tip from Farmer, and she'll force it back up. I think Farmer might have got fouled. And the personal going to go against Chowan. As Joanne Williams will get in the game here for Destiny Robinson. That foul's going to be whistled. It's going to be on Aaliyah Farmer. I thought the foul was on Chowan, but they whistled it on Aaliyah Farmer, her second.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you, Gaddis. I really think that these two teams are evenly matched. They both just have a little bit of a different style.
I agree. Very comparable teams. Gaither for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Joanne Williams with the offensive board. She'll kick it back out to Petaway, and Chowan will reset their offense. Kayla Henderson has replaced Lee in the lineup. She'll work with the basketball out between the rings. Right side, it goes to Petaway. Has it high above her head. Loops it to Williams down the low block. Williams trying to move in the lane. Lost the basketball and recovered by T. Graham. Graham gets it away to Shania Lester, who's coming to the ball game. Chowan now with 4 turnovers in the third quarter alone. 12 on the afternoon. As UNC Pembroke trying to whittle their way back into things here. Here's Locklear pushing on the far side to Lester. Lester looking to get rid of it and does so to Graham out beyond the arc. On the far side to Hardy. Hardy had a good first half with 8 points. Far side, the jumper is no good by Lester and claimed underneath by Gaither for Chowan. Henderson takes it in on Graham. Her layup will not go. Long rebound comes off to Lester for UNCP.
Kind of outran herself right there.
Yes, she did. I see that happen a lot in girls basketball. They get a little bit too far underneath sometimes or getting themselves out of shape going in for a layup. There's a crossover by Lester. She'll push it on the far side to Hardy. They get it along the baseline to Farmer, back out front to Graham. She'll whip it near side to Lester for 3, and Lester got knocked to the deck on a missed shot by Petaway.
Yeah, she was wide open too. I think there was a little bit of a blown coverage right there. Somebody lost their woman.
So Petaway will pick up the first one, but before we get to the free throws, we'll have another media timeout. 4:32 is what our Metal Tech scoreboard is showing here in the third quarter. It also shows Chowan in front, 40-38 over UNC Pembroke. Back for more after this short timeout.
That I can't carry anymore. I'm waiting for somebody else to carry me. There's nothing that's there for me at my door. All the people I know aren't who they used to be. And if I try to change my life one more day, there would be nobody else to save. And I can't change into a person I don't wanna be. So, oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Wait a minute. Every morning when I wake up, I wanna be who I couldn't say I'd ever been. But it's so much more than I ever was. If every night I go to sleep knowing that I give everything that I had to give, then it's all I could have asked for. I've been standing up beside everything I've ever said, but oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen?
UNC Pembroke basketball out of the timeout. They trail here at Chowan 40-38 with a chance to tie and take the lead with a tray. High post it goes to Locklear. She tries to go near side to Lester, knocked away by Henderson, but Henderson can't save it. Now back to Lester. She'll pull up the dribble, skip pass far side to Hardy. Hardy with a couple of dribbles. Thrown away by Coker. As Hardy tried to go back out front to Graham, Coker can't convert on the layup, but Lee's there to stick it back in.
Yeah, Lee's really bailed her out on that one. Great effort on the last possession by Kayla Henderson, really going after the ball.
Chowan they lead back to 4 now. Lee leads the scoring for Chowan with 12. Her season high is 17. That is her career high as well. Hawks see the Ray is whipping around the perimeter. Lester penetrates inside, cut off nicely by Coker, nearly stolen by Henderson, but Graham recovers in the backcourt with 5 to shoot. Ball's knocked away. This time it is stolen away by Coker. Coker coming near side with it, but she doesn't have the numbers, headed back, and UNC Pembroke hustles back. Coker will reverse her steps and reset the Chowan offense.
Great D by Chowan.
And it's led by Henderson, who's just come in the ball game here. Here's a turnover by Chowan as they tried to force it down inside, and Farmer's there to take it away. Two teams with some errant passes here in this third quarter. That's combined 8 turnovers between these two teams, and we've still got 3:05 to play in the third. Chowan up by 4, 42-38. Well, we started out with a hot first quarter, but the scoring has certainly slowed down since.
Seems like that happens a lot, not just on the women's side, but the men's side as well. Story of two different halves.
Here's Farmer working against the smaller Lee, and Lee's going to foul her. She faked Jade up the first time, and Jada went back after him the second time and picked up the foul. For Lee, it's going to be her second. Lee working against the 5'8" Farmer, who looks a lot taller than that 5'8" says on her side of her name here on our score sheet. Showing that with 4 team fouls, and here is Farmer at the free throw line, and the free throw is good. Farmer 11 of 15 now. This is a good free throw shooting UNC Pembroke team, as they are 71.8% on the year. And Robert, we're at the 2:49 mark of the third period. This is UNC Pembroke's first free throws of the day, and Farmer makes both. And she's in double digits with 10. And she'll come out of the lineup now, and then replace is going to be Shadeja Love. UNC Pembroke picked to finish 8th in the Tough Sun Peach Belt Conference. Chowan picked to finish 6th in the CIAA. Here's Lee penetrating left of the lane, off the glass, and good by Lee. A lot of times 8 here in the second half.
A lot of times those preseason rankings don't take into account, the freshman you're going to get any kind of transfers, stuff like that. Can't really tell.
And a lot of times you take into account who you got coming back, and some of those people don't make it back. Here's Lee going to draw the charge here against Braham. So Brianna Baham with the foul.
Because Claflin was picked to finish, I think, 6th, and they were pretty good, even though they did get I'm sure, a devastating loss to Elizabeth City.
Congratulations to Sean Walker and his team winning their first conference game last night. Here's Lee at the high post. She's caught in the double team, loses the basketball. Locklear with the steal, and coming out of there with it's going to be Graham. Graham trying to go coast to coast. Her shot's blocked out of bounds here by Coker and Lee. Good hustle by Lee. She lost the basketball, but hustled back to get a part of that ball and knock it out of bounds.
See, that's why you don't throw a temper. You just go back, do your job.
That is correct. So UNC Pembroke with $1:59 to go in the third will inbounds baseline left under their own bucket. Inbounds it comes to Lester. Lester will whip it out front to Graham. Graham will come back to Lester on the right wing. Chowan doing a good job in his zone as they run the skip pass to Graham on the far side. A lot of people just standing around on the perimeter here for UNC Pembroke. And here's a pass down inside to Love. Her little short jump in the lane over Weldon's good.
That was a really nice move. That's just about unstoppable if she executes that every time.
6-foot Shadeja Love, the young lady out of Shelby, North Carolina, with her first bucket. Here's Weldon back in the ball game with it. She works inside on Love, takes it inside, forced it up, and had it blocked. Weldon got it back off the glass and scores and got fouled. Danielle's just so strong down in a low block. Foul's going to be whistled on Shadeja Love. It's going to be her third. That's going to be the 5th team foul, so Chowan will shoot 2 free throws for the remainder of a half on any foul. It's not player control. As Lester's going to come out, Melanie Horn back in, the leading scorer here for UNC Pembroke. Also back in the lineup is going to be Farmer. Weldon's free throw is no good. Joanne Williams got the offensive board. She stepped out of bounds with it. So Chowan can't convert it in the old-fashioned three-point play, but it still extend the lead to 4. You're talking about having some small crowds. We will have some small crowds next week, I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of students being gone.
Kind of like playing in an empty gym.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of the boosters will still be
That's
here.
when you don't mind going on the road, to be honest.
Right.
And it's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
Of course.
And here's the ball. Shot missed. Stolen away or recovered by Henderson for the Hawk. She'll get it away to Lee. Lee back to Henderson. Kayla penetrating in the lane, but gives it away to Coker. Coker cutting in the lane. Got it to go, and we got a blocking foul underneath. Oh, it wouldn't go, and I think it's going to be Locklear, who just got out of position trying to draw the charge. And it will be on Locklear. It's going to be her third. So Coker's going to have 2 free throws here with 53 seconds to go in the half. In the third quarter. Mariah's free throw is good. She's an 86% free throw shooter. That's her first point in the second half. And Locklear will come out to line up Jillian Ebron, 5'9" junior from Greenville will come back in line. She played briefly in the first half but did not score. Coker back to the line, and free throw is good by the Portsmouth, Virginia junior, preseason All-CIAA pick. Here for the Hawks, going back to a 6-point lead, their biggest lead here in the second half. I think that matches their biggest lead of the day. Horn with it on the right. Back out front, it comes to Graham. Graham now to Bayham on the left wing. Back out front to Graham. Chowan doing a good job on their perimeter defense. Here's Graham, a runner's no good, and we got a foul underneath. And is this going to be on Weldon? Let's see. It's going to be on Bagby. And both her and Farmer fell to the deck. Farmer's a little slow to get up. And the foul's going to be on Jada Lee. It's going to be Lee's third. So Lee must have backed into her, fell into her. And the officials explained to LaToya Jones that Lee moved in under front of her trying to get position. So is Farmer going to come out? She will, and they'll put Alicia Hardy in to replace her. And it should be 2 free throws coming here. So Farmer, a 71% free throw shooter, is replaced here by Hardy, who's a 100% free throw shooter. Like I said, this is a good free throw shooting team, and UNC Pembroke you started today 71.8%.
Yeah, something that often gets overlooked, but so crucial.
Hardy, who was the leading scorer here at the half for UNC Pembroke with 10, just knocked her first point in the second half. And her 2 free throws make it a 48-44 game. With Chowan in front, the Hawks had the basketball with 29 seconds to go. It's like 3 seconds differential between the game clock and the shot clock here. Coker and Henderson playing a little too late a game out front. Skip past to Lee on the far side. Back to Coker at the high post to Weldon. Dumps it inside to Joanne Williams, and she can't convert. Weldon with the offensive glass. It won't go. Weldon's got it again, and she sticks it in.
Third time's a charm.
Joanne Williams kept it alive, and Weldon's got it and sticks it in. Here's UNC Pembroke, and the ball stolen away by Weldon with just about a second left to go, and that will end the first half. Chowan heads to the final 10 minutes with a 50-44 lead here at home against UNC Pembroke. And Joanne Williams might be shaken up here. We'll tell you more about her status, and we return here to Chowan for the start of the fourth quarter after this short timeout.
My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Dive bar on the east side, where you at? One lights at my nightstand in the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans and your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do. Cause I like you, listen for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. Yeah, I want you. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Third floor on the west side, me and you.
We headed to the fourth and final quarter here from Chowan. Alongside Robert Burns, Gaddis Hodges with you. Chowan in that third quarter, 7 of 14 for 50% shooting. And UNC Pembroke only 3 of 13 for 23.1%. Here's Horn trying to break the skid here, and her jumper for open the corner is no good. Jada Lee's had a good ball game tonight with the rebound, coming back the other way with it. As we start this fourth quarter here.
Hawks kind of slowing things down.
Chowan with 17 turnovers on the day. 16 turnovers, 17 for UNC Pembroke. Here's Henderson, kicks it back to Coker. Coker trying to maneuver against pressure from Horn. 6 seconds to shoot, Chowan got to go quickly. Weldon turning in the lane, she traveled with it. So another turnover here for Chowan, and UNC Pembroke will get the ball back. So in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Hawks up 50-44. And what has been a pretty slow third period here. We'll see if the pace picks up in the second half. We were talking in the first half how quick the game was up and down. It's fun to watch, but pace has slowed down somewhat here in the second half.
Absolutely.
Hardy with it out on the left wing. Back out front to Graham. Graham kicks it to Horn. Chowan still in that 2-3 zone. As they try to dump it down inside, the Farmer stolen away by Lee. Jada with a nice steal inside. Jada began today with 16 steals. Here's Destiny Robinson with it on the baseline. Back out front it comes to Henderson, Coker, Lee, Weldon, and Robinson currently on the floor here for the Hawks. Here's Coker on the left wing. She'll arch up a long three, and it misses badly. Rebounded on the far side by Hardy. Hardy will turn and come front court with it. The 5'8 senior from out of Fayetteville, who started her college career at Charleston Southern. Here's a charge here by Jillian Ebron. That's going to wave off the basket as Chowan drew the charge underneath.
Janice, I'll tell you what I think has really made a big difference is Chowan's defense. It's really leading to a lot of, points on the offensive side. We get a lot of turnovers or get fouls called. Really good defense in the second half by Chowan.
So the Hawks trying to extend a 6-point lead as they from front court with 8:20 left here in this one. Chowan playing their 10th game. They played an exhibition. Henderson just inside the arc on the right. They won't go. Ball's out of the hands of Weldon, out of bounds. They'll be back to UNC Pembroke. Chowan has played. This is their 9th game officially, but really their 10th game. They played an exhibition against Elon last week and fared fairly well up against the Phoenix before falling by 14. It was a 6-point game going into the fourth quarter. Like I said, this Chowan team has played an extremely tough schedule. Here's Horn with it, trying to go inside on Coker. Kicks it back out to Graham. She's got it wide open looking at three, and she buries it.
They're just losing people on the perimeter. A couple of those threes that Pembroke has taken have been wide open.
That was a good job offensively for Pembroke. They got it down inside. Chowan collapsed that zone. They kick it back outside and get it to Graham for the easy bucket. Back to a 3-point lead now for the Hawks, who need a bucket here. Try to extend it back. Here's Lee working out front. She'll try to maneuver in the lane, kicks it back to Coker and almost threw it out of bounds. Coker recovered right in front of the standing Latoya Jones, a third-year head coach for the Hawks, looking for a 41st win here at Chowan. Lead left of the lane, missed it badly. Weldon going to try to put it back. She can't score. And taken out by Farmer.
I think Weldon was surprised by that one.
Coach Haskins thought that shot clock should have buzzed off, and it didn't. He was kind of getting after the people at the scores table. Here's Farmer with it deep in the corner. Chowan still chasing with his 2-3 zone. Here's Graham penetrating and getting the easy bucket. Graham saw a mismatch with Robinson under the perimeter and right by went to the rack. So 5 quick points here for UNC Pembroke, and they cut the lead, the deficit down to 1 here. Henderson trying to penetrate back to Coker. Coker's been kind of quiet offensively today, and Henderson might be hurt. The far side as she ran into a pick on the far side, and Henderson a little slow to get up. We've already seen Joanne Williams go to the bench, and Joanne getting ready to come back in. Gator and Petaway along with her. And let's hope Kayla's going to be all right. She's really off to a good start. As the training staff here from Chowan attending to her, Kayla Jones, Latoya Jones, the head coach for the Hawks, out to check in on her sophomore from out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Hopefully she just had to win, knocked out over, and she'll be okay. Coming up after this one, we'll have men's basketball. We'll be Chowan men going up against Cheney out of Pennsylvania. Those two teams have played only once prior. That was back in 2008. Chowan won here at home, 81-75. Don't think there's going to be too many people around that remember that game other than maybe me. Coaching staff, none of those guys were here. None of the players obviously were here, and I can't tell you a whole lot of specifics about it, but I was broadcasting Chowan basketball here at the Helm Center back in 2008.
I had a few basketball players ask me, because they kind of know that I announce, and had a few basketball players ask me who they were, and the best I could give them was they were out of Pennsylvania.
That is correct. They're an independent out of Pennsylvania. Here's Joanne Williams on the inbounds. Kicks it back out to Petaway. Petaway trying to maneuver in the lane. Her runner left of the lane, went in, came out. Joanne Williams with the putback, won't go. Got her own rebound, stuck it back up and couldn't get it to go. But she's going to get a 2 free throw opportunity and been after being fouled after that second rebound. Whistle's going to be on Melanie Horn, her first. That's the second team foul now against UNC Pembroke. So here's Joanne Williams at the line. Joanne's 29% free throw shooter. Good to see her back in the lineup. She was a little gimpy a few moments ago, but makes the free throw here. I'm not so sure. Maybe it was that asthma bothering again, Rob, but she got caught on the floor a little long.
Yeah, she's been having some leg problems too. I've seen the trainer been stretching her out and dealing with asthma as well.
Williams can't convert, and only one rebound off to UNC Pembroke. They can tie with a deuce here. Take the lead with a tray can the Visitors from out of Pembroke, North Carolina. And the ball stole away, taken right away by Williams, but she threw it right back to Hardy. So the two-team swap turnovers. That's 10 turnovers now in the second half for the Hawks after 8 in the first half. They're nearing their season average of 20.8. And Hardy is tied up just inside the arc with the jumper straight on. Alicia Hardy now with 14. She and Graham with 14 each for UNC Pembroke. Lee's got 14 for Chowan. That leaves the way for the Hawks. Gaither, she's going to arch up a three. This one's off the glass and good. The bank is open for Olivia Gaither. That's her third three of the day. We saw her trying to shoot the three here on Saturday. Wasn't going, but it's going for Gaither tonight. She's got 3 trays tonight. And she's in double digits with 11. Chowan's lead back to 3 as we near the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Hardy starting to get the hot hand. She'll drive to the rack, get fouled by Joanne Williams. Somebody got lost her on the right wing that time and took it to the rack, and Joanne Williams trying to come up and cover up. And so the foul's going to be on Joanne Williams, going to be her first and the team first. Hardy's free throw is good. Hardy still perfect on the season. Here's Lee and Gaither back for Joanne Williams, and well, Gaither's not coming out. She was just over by the scores table, I guess.
Pleading her case to stay in.
And it's Chowan with the bucket free throw again. 55-54 Chowan. As Hardy makes both. Hardy leads all scorers now with 16. 1 point differential, Chowan with the lead. Here's Coker running one-hander right on the lane, will not go. Weldon battling underneath, tipped away, finally grabbed by Horn. Weldon's kind of working underneath by herself here. And here's the back door to Farmer. She traveled with it before she laid it up, says the official. Chowan caught a break that time as Joanne Williams will get in the lineup here, replacing Danielle Weldon. But do we have a timeout on the floor?
Do you want to spend more time?
We do. We have a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes exactly left here in this one. We've got a tight one brewing here. Chowan leads UNC Pembroke women by a score of 54-53.
Still shut down the party. I can hang with anybody. I can drink whiskey and red wine, champagne all night, little scotch on the rocks, and I'm fine, I'm fine. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see ya cutting up the floor in a sorority t-shirt. The same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swearing on the Bible, baby, I'd never leave you. I remember how bad I need you. When I taste tequila, when I taste tequila, I can kiss somebody brand new. Not even think about you. I can show up to the same bar, hear the same songs in my car. Baby, your memory, it only hits me this hard. When I taste tequila.
Halfway done to this fourth quarter. Chowan still holding a lead at 54-53. They've led the entire second half here, but just can't pull away from this UNC Pembroke team. We start to warm up here offensively. Here's Shakira Bagley backing inside against Locklear. That short jumper won't go. All of a sudden, the lead has moved down to the Chowan bucket, and UNC Pembroke can take their first lead of the second half on this possession. Graham gets it over in the corner to Locklear. Back out front it comes to Graham. She'll get it, push away to Hardy. Now to Horn. This is no doubt their best offensive. And we got a a pick here, illegal pick here on Locklear. And they're going to get Locklear for the foul. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Coach John Haskins has got a pretty good gripe. I thought Locklear was perfect, I thought. It looked like to me she had pretty good position. But the foul on Locklear is going to be a fourth and the team third. Yeah. Really? Williams underneath, reverse layups, no good.
She almost just got her fifth right there.
So Farmer's got the rebound. She'll push it away to Graham. Was talking about this UNC Pembroke team. This is by far their best offensive group on the floor, with Horn and Graham and Hardy and Farmer down inside along with Locklear. Graham working out front with Joanne Williams chasing in a 1-3-1 zone. And now Jordan drops it back to 2-3. 9 seconds to shoot, 3:49 to play. Shot blocked away by Petaway from Horn. Ball still loose, recovered by Joanne Williams.
Good hustle by the Hawks.
Ball was popped loose, and a good thing Joanne Williams was there because Farmer was getting ready to lay it in. She would have had an easy bucket had the ball gotten to her.
You know, sometimes it's all about heart. Getting to those open balls.
Coker on the cut. She'll hand it away to Petaway. Petaway trying to go inside, and she puts a left arm out and pushes defender Hardy to the turf, or to the floor, and that's going to be a foul on Jordan Petaway.
Pretty much realize that any bang-bang calls on the women's side is definitely going against the offense.
And it's been that way tonight, it seems like, as Daniel Weldon's back from Bagby in the Chowan lineup. So we had the 3:20 mark of the fourth quarter. Chowan with a 54-53 lead. Here's Graham caught in the double team, push it away to Hardy on the far side. Chowan's really extended his zone now. And they'll drop back a little bit as UNC Pembroke maneuvers between the rings. With 8 seconds to shoot, Hardy back out front to Horn. Now to Graham, 4 to shoot. Far side it goes to Hardy. Her jumper's on its way. It's off the back of the iron. They fight for the rebound, and Chowan's got it. Joanne Williams just took it away from Farmer. I don't think that was a look that Coach John Haskins wanted, but Chowan's extended the defense and made it difficult for UNC Pembroke to get a really good look at the basket. There's Coker. Cross court, it goes to Weldon. Chowan's been hung on 54 for a long, long time.
Joanne Williams having some trouble breathing again.
Here's Lee with a jump along the baseline. Jada with 16. Big bucket by the senior from out of Virginia Beach along the baseline from 15 feet away. 56-53. Yeah, you can see Joanne's a little bit winded here. And she's chasing out front in this zone.
She's tough playing through it.
Yes, here's Lee stealing on the inside. Lee with a nice move. She got around Farman, took it away on the entry pass here on the right wing. Coker. Oh, I thought she was going to take a shot at the three. She had a good look at it, but thought better of it. So Coach Latoya Jones said, let's work some clock. And it gives Joanne Williams a chance to catch a breather here. And I don't think the coaching staff for Chowan can see that Joanne's begging to come out of here. 8-7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Chowan's got to go quickly. Here's Coker trying to penetrate off to Williams. Williams going to let it go along the baseline. It's no good, and the shot clock violation to Chowan. And Olivia Gaither's going to replace Joanne Williams.
Gosh, I hate to see that. That's really tough.
So it's going to be a timeout here for John Haskins. He's going to answer the timeout with $1:34 to go, and his team down 56-53, but they have the basketball here. It's been a good basketball game, Rob.
Really good basketball game. Down by 14 earlier. Now you have a 3-point lead.
Chowan that time trying to run some clock. It makes you wonder, should have Coker maybe taken that shot early, but they run some clock and don't get a good look at it. And they get it away to Joanne Williams. And Joanne, like you said, was kind of laboring that time. She's still battling that asthma situation. She was just out of gas.
And trainer's giving a concussion test right now to Jada Lee. So she's under oh, no, that's not Jada Lee. I'm
Kayla Henderson.
Yeah, sorry.
We haven't seen Kayla back in the lineup since she got her early. Joanne's going to send Petaway, Lee, Coker, Gaither, and Weldon back on the floor.
Hawks cannot lose their man. Can't leave an open shot on the perimeter.
Pembroke's going to counter with Graham, Locklear, Hardy, Farmer, and Horn, I believe. Yeah, it's Horn right here. 90 seconds left here at Chowan. Hawks up 56-53 here against UNC Pembroke, where the Braves have the ball. Working to the east goal here at the Helm Center. Horn pops out front, hands it away to Hardy. Hardy trying to go through the double team. Ball's knocked away, stolen by Petaway. I think it was Jada Lee again, and Chowan's going to lose it out of bounds.
Wow.
Oh, my, they had to steal and lost it out of bounds.
They're really letting them play down there, not calling too many fouls.
Down to 70 seconds now. UNC Pembroke with another chance to get a little closer, maybe even tie with a tray. Locklear looking to get it in, baseline right, gets it into Hardy. Jada Lee jumps on it quickly. Near side it comes to Horn, who can shoot the three. She's the leading three-point shooter in the Peach Belt. She'll try to go in on Petaway. Flips it on the far side to Hardy. Hardy gets around Lee inside to Farmer. Farmer trying to force it up, and she scores. That was good patience and playmaking that time by the Braves. Chowan coming front court trying to increase the lead that currently stands at 1 with 44 seconds to go.
What a game, Gaddis.
Let's see if Chowan can get a shot here. And Latoya Jones wants to call a timeout. She'll call it with 17 seconds on the shot clock. 38.3 seconds left to play. Once again, in between games, we'll take about a 20-minute break and come back and bring you men's basketball here on GoSeeYouHawks.com. Chowan men on a perfect 6-0 on the year. Entertaining 1-7 Cheney tonight.
Need to go grab a sandwich in between this. Missed the calf.
Yeah. Chowan is off to their best start in Division II history in men's basketball, and they're ranked in the D2 SIDA Atlantic Regionals. They're ranked number 6. In behind Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Liberty, Shippensburg, Fairmont State, Notre Dame, and Ohio, and Chowan. Chowan the only CIAA team ranked in the top 10.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Virginia Union women up high in that bracket as well. I haven't seen the women's, but they're at 8-0 on the year. All right, here's Chowan, the inbounds right at half court. As Petaway will get it into Coker. Remember, Chowan has 17 seconds to shoot. 56-55 Hawks. Here's Coker working out front with 10 to shoot. Now to Gaither. Gaither caught the double team. Back to Weldon. Coker for 3. No good. Long rebound is fought for, and Horn's on the floor to claim it. Now we've got a jump ball. I can't see the possession error. It looks like it might be to Chowan. Let's see. And they're going to say it's UNC Pembroke basketball. They got the timeout right over on the floor. So UNC Pembroke's going to have the basketball with 21.5 seconds to go, down 1. They went to the floor after the ball got knocked loose, and it was a nice job. I think it was Hardy who might have gotten the timeout, trying to save the possession. That's a heads-up play that time by Hardy.
Yeah, like you like to say, there was a massive humanity down there. We couldn't really see anything.
Now, Chowan has a couple fouls to give here. They have only 2 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what happens with that aspect of it. This is a full timeout that Coach John Hackins has called it. Set up a play here with 21.5 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. 1 point differential between these two teams, and fortunately for the Hawks, they've got 56-55 for UNC Pembroke. UNC Pembroke has struggled shooting the ball in the second half. They do, unfortunately. In the second half, UNC Pembroke is 7 of 20. Chowan is 9 of 26, and neither team really on fire here in the second half. Chowan men going to take a little break after the night as well. We will see them the following Tuesday as they play host to St. Aug here a week from tonight. I'm back here to bring it to you. Looks like I'll be working solo. My partner here is headed to Myrtle Beach for a little Christmas break. A little time with Santa Claus and the family.
Absolutely. Spend some time back home.
So UNC Pembroke will inbounds right at half court. Here's Graham off the Horn. She'll arch up the long 3, no good. Tipped out, and Jada Lee had it, couldn't hold it. As she crashes into the UNC Pembroke bench.
Wow, I'm very confused by that shot selection. Very confused.
Jada comes up holding that right arm. 13.8 seconds to go as Farmer's being reinserted back in the lineup here for Graham. So who's going to run the point here for Coach Haskins' offense? Now, correction, this is Jillian Ebron out. 13.8 seconds to go. Here's Pembroke with the basketball. Off to Locklear. Locklear gets back to Graham. Graham trying to penetrate with 5 seconds to go. Ball knocked away by Coker. Thrown away by Petaway. Petaway trying to come front court with 1.2 seconds to go.
Huge defensive stand by Chowan.
Coker with the chip basketball, and Petaway got fouled. but it's probably going to be a pass on the outside. I mean, it's not going to be free throws here unless it was an intentional foul. Because that's just the 14th foul, and the foul occurred on T. Graham. But Coker with the steal. That's 26 turnovers now for UNC Pembroke. And the ball's going to go out at half court.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to fix
because that was not it was not their fifth foul.
Good call, Gaddis.
And Chowan wants a timeout here.
See you.
What do you think? Here's what you got to do, I think, if you're Chowan. I'm going to do a little coaching up here. Chowan's got it just beyond half court on the UNC Pembroke side, about 10 feet beyond half court. 1.2 seconds to go. Throw it in your end of the court. Just don't throw it out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you there.
And let somebody tip it, and, just make sure you get the ball this way and get that time off the clock. So Latoya Jones is setting up what she would like to do here. I think assistant coach Joanna Walker is kind of instructing what to do here.
Usually, I would say put your best free throw shooters in, but at this point with 1.2 left, I'm saying put some big bodies in there so you can just tip it up.
The thing you don't want to do is throw it away here and give them the basketball and hit the half court. Chowan's dodged a couple of opportunities for UNCP here in this last 21 seconds. Can they hold on to it here and win for the fifth time this year? And win for only the fourth time ever against UNC Pembroke. Chowan's back with they move it where the basketball's at now. Now they're moving in Chowan's front court. Gaither, Lee, Petaway, Weldon. Don't throw it in the backcourt. And Gaither having trouble getting it in. Throw it in. Here it is. And back to Weldon. Got a back door, and we got a foul on the play. As Lee might have got knocked to the deck.
Chowan's really taking a beating this game, but I think that might be it. Sink your 2 free throws here. Well, they still got 1.2 on the clock.
So Lee's got 2 free throws coming. As she was fouled on the play here by Alicia Hardy.
I was thinking maybe the clock ran down a little bit, but it looks like it's at the exact same spot.
Well, this gets UNC Pembroke a chance to get the basketball back. 1 point differential. Here's Lee to try to add to it. And her free throw is good. Matches her career high. Lee with 17 now. This game a long ways from being over. 1.2 seconds to go. Lee's second free throw, and looked like she missed it intentionally. UNC Pembroke gets the rebound and calls a timeout. Do they get it at half court here? Let's see. So Lee with 17 now, and it's 57-55. Looked like she missed it intentionally here.
Yeah, to be honest with you guys, I don't blame her, but Pembroke still had a timeout left, so they're going to get the ball, opportunity to throw it in.
Now, I'm not sure where it goes. In the previous years, you'd have to go 90 feet, but in the last few years, they moved it like the NBA rule to half court. We'll see where this goes here. If it's at half court, you'll see Pembroke's got a pretty good look. They got 0.9 seconds left.
Yeah, I think it's going to half court. Referees are down there talking about it right now.
Boy, it's taking a while to decide this one. 0.9 seconds left. Chowan up 57-55. Looks like the ball's going to be right in front of the UNC Pembroke bench.
Wow. Pembroke's going to get a pretty decent look at this.
The thing you don't want to do for Chowan, well, Chowan's got a couple fouls to give here, but you're going to have time to foul. If it fouls, it's going to be on a shot.
Maybe
Locklear to inbounds here, right in front of the UNC Pembroke bench. They get it in. They'll try to get it in the Farmer, and he threw it away. So it'll belong to Chowan, and they're going to set the buzzer off, but we'll still have to play that 9/10 of a second. As the turnover gives it back to Chowan. Locklear was trying to get it inside the Farmer. I like the move, but he threw it out of bounds. So let's see where this ball is going to be inbounded at. Should be in the same spot. I like same thing you do here. If you Chowan, throw it in the other end.
Absolutely.
Just make sure somebody touches it. And that's exactly what they do it. And Chowan's going to win it, 57-55. Tough win here for the Hawks, Robert.
Hard-fought game for the Hawks. Glad to come out on top.
As we'll take a break, come back, wrap this one up, get you ready for some men's action. Chowan ladies go to 5-4. UNC Pembroke drops to 2-4. Back for more after this short timeout as you listen to Chowan women's basketball on GoCUHawks.com.
Possibilities, and it's like all you need.
Chowan ladies win our opener here today, 57-55. As the Hawks this afternoon shoot 21 of 51 for 41.2%, and they lead the entire second half and hold on here, 57-55. UNC Pembroke, who lit the lamp here early, ends up 41.2% on 20 of 54 shooting, but they turn it over 27 times. That was a huge difference in this ball game. Chowan on the glass here today, out-rebounded 35-29, as the Hawks will survive here this afternoon to win. Chowan, looking at those turnovers, Chowan had 22 points off those 27 turnovers, and that's really the difference in this ball game. Chowan led by Jada Lee with a career-high 17 points here this afternoon. 12 for Danielle Weldon, 11 for Olivia Gator. Mariah Coker with 8, Jordan Pettaway with 3, Kayla Henderson with 2, Jakira Bagby with 2, and Joanne Williams with 1. Destiny Robinson, the only Hawk, she did score a point in that first half, so everybody that got on the floor today for Chowan scored here today. For the visitors trying to UNC Pembroke, they were led by Alicia Hardy with 16, 14 for T. Graham, 12 for Aaliyah Farmer, 8 for Melanie Horn. So Chowan goes to 5-4, and they got a pretty good break, Robert. They don't play them for 9 days there, but going to give Chowan a chance to rest up a little bit. They got a few bruises here on this team.
Yeah, they definitely took a pounding tonight, but best offense was defense for Chowan. Just points off the turnover really made a huge difference in that game. It's probably if not the best, one of the best we've seen in the Helm Center this year.
And it is. Chowan wins it here. They go to 5-4, and UNC Pembroke drops to 2-4. We'll take about a 20-minute break, come back and bring you the second half of our doubleheader. The Chowan men are at home here tonight as they play host to Cheney. We're back after about a 20-minute break.
My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me.